Welcome to another episode on PMP certification. PMP certification means different things to different profiles. I got my PMP certification in the year 2005. At that time, the project management body of knowledge was version 5. And today, the version of the project management body of knowledge is version 8. Every 4 years, the PMI, that is the Project Management Institute, revises the version of the project management body of knowledge to incorporate the current trends or the latest trends in project management. Till I became a PMP, I was managing projects based on my own intuitions. It was not based on a systems approach. Generally, it was all about allocating work, asking for status, and doing the corrective actions in a very reactive manner. And once I understood the project management body of knowledge, then I realized that okay, there is a system for managing projects that gave me uh, tremendous value. So, as project managers, we can be either reactive or proactive. When we say reactive, we wait for problems to happen and then we correct them. Proactiveness in project management means we anticipate problem, we forecast problem, and before they happen, we correct them. At that time, in the 2005, I attended a 5-day course for the 35 PDUs, which is mandatory for the PMP certification. And I did my study notes to prepare, and when I wrote the exam, it was not that easy. But to my pleasant surprise, at the end of the exam, I cleared it. And I published my study notes, and that got traction, and many people started using it. And that is the origin of PM Distilled Guide. So I polished it further, and then the PM Distilled Guide happened. And I got some chance to train people for PMP. It was a coincidence. It was accidental, to be honest. I was on Yahoo Messenger, and then somebody, later my friend, later he became one of my close friends, Mr. Bali, he contacted me from Dubai, and he said, "We have a training program for PMP. Can you deliver it?" So I traveled to Dubai, delivered the training program. It was just a hand in mouth existence because the slides were not ready. So every day after the training, I made the slides for the next day. And it was a 5-day program. When I retrospect, it was a bad training program because 5 days you are just reading from the slide, that is inputs, tools and techniques and outputs. Then I realized that is not the way to conduct training programs. I simplified it further. Then instead of going by knowledge areas, I started going by the process groups, that is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. That gives the natural flow of project. And that journey continued and still continues, and we are on PMBOK version 8 now. The core of project management, it has not changed. All projects, we start with the charter, and that continues from version 2 till now. And we have to identify the stakeholders. Project manager is appointed. Project manager takes the project into the planning. Then we have to do the project plan, project management plan. Then scope definition, requirements collection, scope definition, because decomposing the scope into work breakdown structures, work packages, then decomposing the work packages into activities, sequencing them, arriving at the schedule optimization, then executing the project according to the schedule. Throughout the project, you monitor and control. And we have a beautiful system there that is the earned value management system, which gives us both lag indicators as well as lead indicators, schedule variance, cost variance, schedule performance index, cost performance index. All these are lag indicators, whereas estimated completion and the forecasted schedule date, project completion date, all these are lead indicators. And with more and more lead indicators, as project managers, we can be more effective because we can forecast things. And before the problems happen, we can correct it. So the PM Distill flourished, and so far we have completed around 30,000 project managers or project professionals have benefited from the PM Distilled course. And now we have optimized it further. That means we compartmentalized it into the first section is about predictive project management. Then we talk about agile project management, and then we move on to hybrid project management. And within the predictive, we again go by the project management lifecycle, not the knowledge components. Because if we traverse through the project management lifecycle, it will help us to logically remember things. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. And then first few chapters, it covers the predictive project management entirely. So, and then we move on to agile, and there we explain things using Scrum framework, which is the most popular among the agile family of frameworks, because Scrum is vendor neutral, domain neutral. And then once you understand predictive project management inside out and the agile project management inside out, then understanding hybrid project management it will take only a few minutes. Now, it is all about tailoring and taking the best out of these two schools of project management, that is the predictive and the agile, and then you tailor it to suit your project's needs. That becomes hybrid. And this gives you the solid knowledge about professional project management. And this gives you an upper hand at the workplace as well. And this gives you upper hand while attending interviews as well. So one general thing is, okay, why are people doing the PMP certification, or what is the business case? Initially, I used to prophesize like, you must do this and these are the benefits. Now, after training more than 30,000 people, now I seek their inputs like, why are you doing this? And sometimes that is eye opener for me, because senior guys who are working in good organizations, what they're saying is, we know all these things. We have been practicing this for a long time. And now with the PMP certification, we get an endorsement for what we were practicing all these years. And sometimes many higher positions, they ask you, casually they ask you, are you PMP certified? It is not mandatory, But if you're PMP certified, that gives you uh, some benefits, some weightages. So every good organization, especially in the Middle East and Australia or any other country, they ask for the PMP certification. So experienced guys go for this certification as an endorsement for what they know already. I remember one person who attended my training. That was the starting days of my training. So he was handling a project with 1 billion USD funding. And he came to my class, and I was in a dilemma like whether I should train him or I should learn from him. And he understood my dilemma, and he said, maybe even after having this kind of an experience, I'm trying to migrate to another country, and without a PMP certification, I'm finding it very difficult. So then that improved my confidence of teaching him, and he passed the PMP and he migrated to that particular country. That is about highly experienced people. Then the PMI themselves have these requirements of somebody should be, if you are a graduate, you should have 2 to 3 years work experience. That is very good because without 2 to 3 years work experience, we will not be able to understand the relevance of the concepts we are explaining. Because whatever we discuss as part of the project management body of knowledge, everything is relevant for the success of the project. So if you have 2 to 3 years experience, you'll be able to connect it with what happened in your projects. You'll be able to connect it with many scenarios at your workplace. And their objective is if your experience level is very low, then the benefits for them is you get your, if you already have a job, you get your promotions slightly faster because your contribution levels will improve. One person who attended my training, he was a brilliant guy, and actually it's a loss for me. See, I was sure he completed the training, and I was sure that if he wrote the exam, he would have passed. Then what he did was he applied some of the concepts we learned in the class at the workplace, and the management was so happy with his contributions to make that particular critical project successful, and he got promoted. So he was doing the PMP for that promotion, and without writing the exam, he got promoted. So the business case is lost, and he got busy with the job. And now I think he's okay. He's settled in the new role, and now he's restarting for his PMP. One key thing is, irrespective of your experience, whether you are highly experienced or you have only a couple of years of experience, understanding the concepts according to the project management body of knowledge, that is one critical success factor for the PMP certification. The second and the most important critical success factor for the PMP certification is the exam practice. We should understand the pattern. We may not get the same questions. Questions can be totally different. Because last week we had a success story. She was highly committed, and she was literally doing the exam practice. She was very brilliant, sharp, Uh, she had around 4 or 5 years experience, and she did a lot of practice exams. And when she, after the exam, I asked for us, I collected her inputs, and then she says, only a few questions came from the exams we practiced, and most of these questions were from the PMI database. But since she knew the topics very clearly, and since she understood the way to answer things, she could answer even a new set of questions which she was answering for the first time. And in the first attempt itself, she cleared. And another person is about to write. He is also practicing. After the course, when he tried the practice test, he was scoring around 60 to 65 percentage, and multiple iterations of the practice test. I think now he's started scoring 85 percentage consistently. Then this is the time for him to write the exam, and most probably next week he'll write the exam. And one alarming thing is a big risk that is happening for the PMI, PMP, and the PMI and the project professional communities. There is a lot of malpractice going on when it comes to writing the exam. I myself used to get phone calls like, how much is the package? And I asked them, like, what do you mean by package? So, what the intent is, I will write the exam for them. So, this is going on. This is going on, and that is why whenever you see an advertisement like you pass, you pay the fees after you pass. That is a indication that there is a malpractice. So there are many people who just uh, pay the money and get the exam written by somebody, and they get the title. I reported this to PMI, and the PMI was asking me to come out with evidence and stuff like that, and I did not have the time to do it. But this is happening. That is very alarming. So they may get a job, but when it comes to the job front, they may fail. But if somebody who's highly experienced is taking this route, then nobody will be able to catch them. Then it is a question of ethics and conscience. After all, it is an exam. When an engineer comes for this training or a graduate comes for this training, always, what I tell them is this is not more sophisticated than one subject of your engineering. For engineering, we have to clear at least 40 papers. So the PMP certification may be as difficult as one paper out of these 40 papers one has to clear for the engineering or most of the graduation. So that much due diligence we should give. So, and if you follow the PM Distill course of ours, if you can commit around 40 to 50 hours of your time, 98 percentage, you will be able to clear it in the first attempt itself. But that much due diligence one should give. Out of this 40 to 50 hours, in 20 to 25 hours time, we complete the entire knowledge transfer. That is agile, predictive, and the hybrid. Then for 10 hours, we will answer questions together. So that makes it 30 hours. And last 10 to 20 hours, You will have to literally practice. So after 30 to 40 hours, we'll issue the certificate and then you can register for the exam. And then parallelly, you do this exam practice. And you will reach a stage where you start scoring approximately 80 to 85 percentage. Then you go and write the exam. You should pass. If you don't lose your confidence level, because the exam is the duration is pretty high, and every question we have to concentrate. We have to literally read the question word by word, and you have to pick up the most correct answer from a set of almost correct answers. So that calls for a lot of focus. So you do the exam practice and you complete two full length practice exams. Then your confidence level will be very high. Go and write it. It is not, with proper preparation, the risk can be eliminated. And the benefits are very good, because you will come across better opportunity, and whenever you get an opportunity, you'll be able to manage those projects successfully, and you will be able to, your career progression will be much faster. And if you are a fresher means 2 3 years experience, even uh, attending interviews will become much easier for you. So if you want to take a look at the uh, PM distilled course material, I've given the link of PM distilled guide at the description of this video. You can click on it, go there, and then see the course material, which is an open course material. And only if you enroll for the course, we charge. The reference material is absolutely free for the project community. Thank you.